Unless you've been living under a rock, you know the 2024 NBA trade deadline is next Thursday. So in today's video, we're going to be predicting that trade deadline by going team to team, just saying what they're going to do. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be disappointed when I say your teams aren't going to do anything, but unfortunately for you, they probably won't do anything. And if they do something, it's going to be small. So let's get right into it. I randomized my information, and the random number generator says that the Toronto Raptors will go first in today's video. And I believe they will trade Bruce Brown, Thad Young, Otto Porter Jr., and Jalen McDaniels all in separate deals, given the fact they're all valuable wings, except for maybe Thad Young. The Houston Rockets won't do anything, I hate to say. The Pistons should trade Bojan Bogdanovic, Alec Burks, and Monte Morris as their valued veterans. The Indiana Pacers need an elite 3-and-D, and that is why they will add Dorian Finney-Smith to complete their roster in hopes of contending. The Denver Nuggets can't do anything, so they won't do anything. The Brooklyn Nets must trade Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, as they are both highly valued on the trade market, and I believe they will both be moved. The Sacramento Kings need an elite 3-and-D wing that can actually score, so I believe they will land Jeremy Grant from the Trailblazers. The Charlotte Hornets must move on from Miles Bridges, and I think they will at the deadline. The Miami Heat already made their big move, but I anticipate them trading for another wing. The Grizzlies don't really need to do anything after trading Steven Adams, but I predict them to trade Luke Kennard to move off his contract. The Boston Celtics can't do much, but I think they will add a cheap veteran wing like Otto Porter Jr. of the Raptors. The Cavs really can't do much at the deadline, so I don't see them doing anything. The Chicago Bulls know they must move on from DeMar DeRozan as he's a free agent after next year, and they should honestly move on from Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond, and I think at least two of those players will be moved at the deadline. DeMar's the only one I am 50-50 on. The Blazers must move everyone with any value, and I think they will definitely trade Malcolm Brogdon as well as Jeremy Grant. I believe the Atlanta Hawks will trade DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella, and one of Sadiq Bey or DeAndre Hunter at the deadline. The New Orleans Pelicans need a true playmaker and floor general like Tyus Jones, therefore I anticipate them acquiring Tyus Jones at the deadline. If I were the Knicks, I would trade for Anthony Davis personally, but that is unrealistic, so realistically I would predict the Knicks to acquire depth, but also Jordan Clarkson would be ideal. If he is available, as he is rumored, the Milwaukee Bucks will acquire Herb Jones, as he is a necessity for them. And if not, they will get Royce O'Neal. I don't know why we are going to do it, but I have a feeling my Suns will land Miles Bridges, even though I think we just need a point guard. I would say the San Antonio Spurs are selling, but they ain't got anything to sell, so they're not really going to do anything. I think the Magic will go out and acquire Luke Kennard from the Grizzlies, as they desperately need a three-point shooter. I think the Clippers are fine, but they are going to end up finessing a PJ Tucker trade somehow. I really hope the Washington Wizards trade Tyus Jones, but it's the Wizards, and they probably won't, as they are not the brightest team to say the least. I personally do not endorse this, but I believe the Lakers will somehow land DeJounte Murray from the Hawks. I honestly don't think the Warriors are going to do anything crazy at the deadline. However, I could see them shockingly move on from Kevon Looney. I don't see the Utah Jazz doing anything crazy. The only player that they might acquire is Miles Bridges, but I don't see that happening. I believe the Thunder need size, but they also want to maintain their floor spacing, so I believe they will acquire Santi Aldama from the Grizzlies. Dennis Schroeder will be traded to the Timberwolves, as the Timberwolves desperately need a backup guard that can facilitate the offense when Mike Conley is out or off the court. It also helps that Schroeder can play off the ball, and he can defend, so he's honestly a perfect fit. Call me crazy, but I think the Philadelphia 76ers will make the biggest splash of the trade deadline and acquire both Alex Caruso and DeMar DeRozan from the Bulls, as they know Embiid will be out for an extended period of time and need another shot creator like DeMar and another dog like Alex Caruso. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the Dallas Mavericks, who will acquire Andre Drummond at this year's deadline. All right, now that we got through every team, I want to circle back on DeJounte Murray to the Lakers, because I honestly absolutely despise that trade idea and the logic of it, because DeJounte Murray is a taller Russell Westbrook. Like, they had the same play styles. I don't think him and LeBron could mesh well together. I think we'd run into the same problem as they did with Russell Westbrook and LeBron. I don't love that at all. And I logistically, I don't even know how that trade would be done. Like, D'Angelo Russell and a 2029 first-round pick for 4 years of DeJounte Murray. Like, if the Lakers pull that off, it's the biggest finesse job in the league, but it's also gonna backfire in the future. So I don't really love that. If I were the Lakers, I said it in a recent video, I would honestly look to trade Anthony Davis and LeBron James, since you have absolutely zero assets going forward. And once they leave, your team is cooked for at least 5 years. I also want to talk about the Orlando Magic, who desperately need three-point shooting. Like, it doesn't even matter who they get. They just need someone that can shoot the three ball. I also want to talk about the Pelicans, Timberwolves, and Suns, since they all need point guards because they really struggle down the stretch of games as contending teams. Like, their organization's terrible because they don't have a legitimate true point guard. The Pelicans have CJ McCollum playing point guard. He's not a true playmaking point guard. The Suns have Devin Booker playing point guard. He's not a point guard. His assist numbers may be high, but he's not a point guard. And then the Timberwolves, they just need somebody outside of Mike Conley that can actually facilitate an offense. So those three teams I also wanted to talk about. But outside of the Bulls, I really think the Trailblazers are the team to watch at the deadline, since they have two high-value players. As a lot of teams need a point guard, as we just discussed. They have Malcolm Brogdon, and a lot of teams need a 3-and-D wing. They have Jeremy Grant. So I'm hoping both of those players get moved. Doesn't even matter how big Jeremy Grant's contract is. Like the Kings, they desperately need him. They'll live with the contract as long as it helps their defense. And yeah, that's the Trailblazers are a team to watch. I personally do not expect to get all these predictions right. I would be surprised if I got half of them right. But if I do get more than half of them right, I'm heading straight to the nearest gas station to get some lottery tickets, because that would be remarkable. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you comment down below what trade you want to see at the deadline. I could have done some mock trades, but I figured the more efficient we get this video out, the better it is for y'all to watch. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe, as 98% of you watching these videos are not subscribed. But y'all have a good one. Bye. If you want to watch the latest video of my weekly segment in case you missed it, click on this video right here.